I have always loved traveling. My husband and I always wanted to see the country, and it's such a great way to be able to go around it to states or places that you haven't seen while still getting paid. I also wanted to travel because I love the idea of not being tied down to one place for, an extended period of time. So being able to know that, like, okay, I feel like I've completed my journey here at this hospital, time to go to the next one. It's a really nice feeling to not have to be stuck somewhere for too long if you do like to be a little bit more free-spirited and go different places. It's definitely a positive.
Hi, I'm Heather. I'm a recruiter here at Atlas MedStaff.
And I'm Emily, and I'm actually a travel nurse. Heather's my recruiter, and I've been a nurse since 2019, and I do ICU travel. It is really nice when you can connect with a recruiter so well. She's been my one and only recruiter in my almost 2 years of travel experience, and it's just really nice when you have someone that supports you, that's always there. I mean, I can text her at any time, and she's really quick to respond, and I just appreciate that because I know I'm being heard, and she's just such a great job, and that's why I can't leave, because she's amazing.
Emily has been such a wonderful traveler to work with. She's always just bubbly, and we've just like hit it off, and I always say that she's one of the only travelers that I've ever met who lived in Omaha and has traveled to Omaha. So it's been really fun, like spending time with her and getting to know her like outside of our work relationship.
Yes.
I think I emailed you.
Yes.
Is how I found you, because I don't think your number was like in our system or anything.
Yeah.
So I emailed you.
I had talked to a couple agencies. It was Atlas and like 2 others, and I was waiting to hear from people, and she just emailed me.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, the first one, and again, we just hit it off, and it made things easy. Told her what I kind of wanted to do, and she was connecting with me so quickly, and I think that made the difference, is because she was there from the very beginning, and I was like, yeah, let's do it, let's start. So
yeah, especially when we found out like we both lived in Omaha, and I was like, oh, well, where do you live? This is where I live. So it was like just fun to know, like, oh, that's kind of down the street from where I lived. And
and it is cool that we went to get coffee together before I moved back to New England and was doing like traveling around. So to meet your recruiter beforehand and put a face to who you're talking to every day is like really nice. Oh my gosh, there's so many more pros than cons. I love the flexibility of it. I love being able to go wherever I want to go, and being able to find a job that I love. I really haven't had many issues, and even if I do, I really reach out to Heather and we talk about it. We figure out things that we can fix or make better or do next time, here and now, whatever it may be. I really just love being able to see the country. I mean, going from the Midwest to the East Coast, back here now, it's been such a blessing to be able to see and have the freedom. I just feel like I have so much freedom as opposed to being locked down in one place. Or if I love a place, extending, being able to stay for 6 months instead of 3 months. There's so many more pros. Con, I don't know. I really don't have one. That sounds so cliche, but I just love traveling, and I feel like it helps when you have a good recruiter, because I haven't had any issues that really make me hate the job. I don't know. Oh, okay, that's a good one. Be very flexible. Try to ask questions, obviously, with the nurses that are on the unit. Keep your recruiter up to snuff of what's like happening. Like, obviously, if you have a question, like, reach out. They're here for that reason. Make sure you have fun. Like, make sure that you have someone that you can talk to. I bring my cats along with me. I mean, I have my husband with me too, but it's nice to have this like support of an animal or a family member if you're especially in a place where no one's around you. Yeah, I just think the best advice is, take it slow, ask questions, reach out to your resources, whether that's in the hospital or your recruiter, and have fun.
I definitely think the flexibility piece in all things travel is key. There's just so many things. It's a lot of moving pieces, so being flexible is definitely gonna open a lot more doors and make things a little bit more easy as you're going through your travel adventures. And I think definitely connecting with your recruiter, like knowing that you have somebody that you can trust and that they have your back and your best interests in mind. And I think, making sure like you feel like you're heard.
Yes.
And I think that's really important, like that relationship and that connection that you have, because sometimes you are all by yourself in some place that's new, and if you can't reach out to your recruiter then for help, like who do you have? So I definitely think that that's key. And like you said, I think having fun with it.
Yes.
It looks different for everybody, and I think that's what makes travel nursing so fun, is that like what your journey looks like is so different from the other nurses I work with, and I think that's that's the key, and just having fun while you do it, and you're making a difference, and so I love that.
Ooh. I think just getting all of my compliance stuff in order. You really have to be very organized and make sure you're up to date with stuff, because you obviously don't want to miss out on your start date when you travel because of one thing that you are missing. So just being very organized, and again, keeping in contact with your recruiter or your compliance officer to make sure that nothing is like gonna prevent you from like starting on your start date. So I like Atlas because they're a veteran-based company actually, and so with my okay, that's fun.
Let's start that over. Oh my god.
Yeah. I really like Atlas because they're a veteran-based company. My husband was in the military, so that was just like a one thing that kind of stuck out to me. I really liked that they were in Omaha, so even when I first lived here, like knowing that they're an Omaha-based company and then going around and coming back and knowing that they're kind of close to home since I lived here for so long. And I just love their, the whole, what is the mantra again for like, you belong here.
Yeah.
Where you belong. It's right there. So I feel it's nice because I do feel like I'm heard, some of those bigger travel companies, I've heard other travelers like, I haven't heard back, I haven't gotten an answer, I feel like I'm not making as much or being, in the loop of what I'm supposed to be doing, and I've never felt that way. I always feel like I get an answer, I always feel like I'm heard, and that makes a big difference, especially if you're anxiety filled, like, oh man, I'm gonna travel 24 hours to my next job, and these things are stressing me out. I never felt like I was without an answer of what's going on or where to start, and that's very comforting because it can be stressful moving every 3 to 6 months. So that's a tough one. I mean, ideally one of them would be Alaska. I've always wanted to go to Alaska, so that's really hard to well, maybe one day. But for now, I'm currently traveling to Omaha from Rhode Island, and I do like it here, but maybe South Dakota again is really nice. My dream though, Arizona, totally. Maybe not in the summer, but I do love the Red Rocks and the Grand Canyon. I'm a national park girl, so any of those would be cool.